Hey folks, welcome to week number 3. So this week we're really going to be starting to work on that essay structure. We're going to start thinking about writing that first essay. We've got 2 turn-in dates this week, as usual, so we'll see. On Monday, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to watch week 3 video. You guys are doing that right now. You're going to complete the essay 1 prep section. That's going to include looking at the popular scholarly source comparison, and then completing and submitting that assignment. You're going to complete the paraphrasing and quoting section. That's going to involve the paraphrasing and quoting exercise. You're going to watch the review on plagiarism. Then you're going to look over MLA citation. Okay. And then for Thursday, there's actually nothing to turn in for Thursday. What I do want you to do is to read the sample essay 1 and begin writing your essay, which is going to be due on September 9th. That's next Monday. Okay, let's go ahead and go in and take a look at some of these specifics here. In the Essay 1 prep section, there's a few different things, okay? And almost every time I give you guys an assignment that's not obviously clear what exactly it is, I will give you a sample. So always look for the sample, okay? So, you will also see that I use a number of different Google Docs templates, just basically to give you a place to start filling in information and taking notes. So this template is asking you to compare the popular article that you're going to use for Essay 2 to the scholarly one. Okay? So you're comparing the popular and the scholarly articles. Again, the idea behind this assignment is to look at whether or not popular news coverage about scientific studies does a good job of explaining those scientific studies. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is look at it on 4 basic criteria, okay? The stated research question or goal, the study design, the results, and then any caveats, discussion, thoughts we've got about it, okay? Now, what you're going to do is note, what does the popular article say the study design of the scholarly study is, and then what does the scholarly study actually say, okay? So again, we're trying to understand is the popular article right here. So what's the popular article say about their research question or their goal, what they set out to try to figure out? And then what does the scholarly study say? So sometimes they'll be like, oh, they set out to figure this out, and what's actually going on there is not that at all. This is one piece of information they discovered, but they were actually investigating something else. Again, same thing with the study design. What did they say? How did they say they put the study together? And then, what does the scholarly study actually say about how they structured this? Okay? The goal here is for us to start seeing differences between what the popular article says about the scholarly study and then what the scholarly study itself actually says. Okay? Results, again, do we see difference in the results? And then, are there the caveats and discussion section is just a place for you guys to really start taking notes where you start identifying the differences. This is sort of what they say. This is how this piece differs, okay? If our goal is to figure out, is the popular article right? Okay, all those differences should be about where the popular article is different from what the scholarly study actually says. Okay, so we're going to do this assignment. It's due September 2nd. Now, this is the first time we've done this semester. What you'll see up here, this first link, is a link to this worksheet. So it's going to be a blank worksheet that looks just like this, but that you're going to put your own popular and scholarly article in. Okay, so if you click this, it's going to take you to open a new link. We'll do that. And then it's going to ask to make a copy of this document. Okay, if you go ahead and click make a copy, it will make a copy and open the document. This just saves it into your generic Google Drive folder, sort of the broad Google Drive folder. Okay. You can certainly just, after you're done with this, go to File and move it to the folder I've created for the rest of your classwork. Okay, so you can keep everything together. You can also just leave it where it is. Doesn't much matter. Okay, but this is just a blank template for you to use to complete this assignment, as I did with the sample. That sample assignment, okay, is actually based upon the Ted Brasky piece, and that we listened to in the podcast. So we listened the story about the podcast, and then the popular article being the press release from Ohio State. Okay, this is right here is your sample, we'll make a copy. This is the sample. This is where you submit it when you're done. Okay. And you can just submit direct from Google Docs. If you go to submit here, it will give you, this is the instructor end, but it will actually give you the ability to upload from Google Docs. So you can just upload straight from Google Docs here. If you want to take a look, again, totally optional. This is Ted Brasky's original study. Okay. I read it and put the sample here together. You don't necessarily need to read it, but if you want to see how I got the information that's listed on the scholarly side out of this, you can see how they compare. Okay. So it's Essay 1 Prep. Again, it's designed to help you start to understand what the differences are between what the popular article says and the scholarly article says. All right. So that's that section. Let's go ahead and go on to paraphrasing and quoting. So there's a quick review of the plagiarism quiz you guys took last week. So there's some information there. There's a quick guide here on quoting versus paraphrasing. I refigured the document for this assignment a little bit, but I think you can follow along with the video and be perfectly clear as to what's going on here. The sample here is to practice quoting and practice paraphrasing. Those are two different things. We use them for different purposes. Okay, so the video will explain this a little bit. This is my sample. This comes out of Susan Swither's piece about artificial sweeteners. Okay, again, the video here will kind of walk you through that. As we did with the Essay 1 Prep document, if you open this link, it will once again ask you to put a copy in your Google Drive, okay? I will use these a lot throughout the course of the semester. It's just to give you sort of an organized way to do an assignment, so you don't have to kind of format it from scratch, okay? And then, again, you're going to submit that here at the paraphrasing and quoting section, all right? As always, these folders open and close. MLA citation, two things. One, video that I put together for you, and then Purdue University's Guide to MLA Citation. This is my go-to when I have to be reminded of how to cite something. You come here, it's Purdue's Online Writing Lab. They've always maintained a really great online set of resources. Click the MLA guide, that's what we're doing. They will help you automatically do your works cited citation, but then they kind of walk you through the process here as well, okay? So you've got those tools here. Again, this is just getting you ready for writing your essay. And then finally, every essay I try to give you guys a sample for, so you can sort of see what it is I'm looking for. Many of these are written by students for these specific assignments in the past. So it's just kind of just going to give you an idea of what a relatively strong essay looks like. Okay, so here's sample essay for essay 1. You'll see how the author here kind of looks at a popular article about diet soda, and then a scholarly study by Susan Swither, about the impact diet soda might have on your gut health. Okay, all right. That is everything for this week. I know it's, again, a lot of little bits and pieces, but a lot of it is just kind of like prep for understanding how we're going to go about writing essays. And then Thursday into next Monday is your time to work on actually writing that essay. If you take a look over the sample essay and you're like, oh, hey, this is very different from what I've expected, hey, that's fine. Schedule an appointment. I'm here to help. I am always here to answer your questions.